yeah, reaching my generation. Wow. Over these 808, ayy, eating these instrumentals. Wow. Like I won't save a plate, ayy. Feels like it's midnight in Miami. Wow. Vibing like it's midnight in Miami. Yeah, reaching my
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Well, not boys and girls, because there's explicit language, so hopefully it's adults. It's your boy Lady Capulet out here. What it do, what it do, what it do. I'm over here with my man Ill-Logicz.
What it is.
Aly Da Alien.
What's up, dude?
And we got Lil Robin on deck. What's going on, everybody? And it's midnight in Miami with a motherfucking neon sign now, you know? And I'm hoping that shit doesn't fall on me, you know? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm digging the shades. I'm digging the shades.
Oh, thanks.
I'm digging the shades.
You know
Could you
what
tell
I
me
mean?
where might have you have acquired them?
Oh,
The drip.
snap. It's Mixin' Fam.
Oh, my God.
XZEN
Oh my,
FAM.
that's the first time I ever hear about this. Oh my God. Can you give me a little intel?
Come on, somebody.
Yeah, it's a Miami creative experience on deck. We have drip, we have glasses, patches, customized stuff. I'm actually working on a Dragon Ball Z customization. It's in the process, but you know,
Honestly,
it's there. It's,
bro, I don't even know you should mention it because they might not even have a chance to buy it by the time they hear this shit. It looks so dope. Honestly, by the time you hear this, it's probably
man.
already bought. It's honestly fucking beautiful. If you need any sort of custom made work, if you need any sort of fashion that you really can't find anywhere else, you know, because I mean, yeah, you can go to Forever 21, you can go to, you know, all these different stores, but let's be honest, you're gonna go out and 9 times out of 10 you're gonna find someone wearing the exact same thing as you know, especially
You're gonna
like,
have to fight to the death. I mean,
exactly. At that point, it's a fight in my hood. I don't know about you, but if we're wearing the same jacket or the same hat, especially,
Absolutely.
yeah, if you have a beard, the hat is very important.
Yeah.
Let me tell. I'm gonna be vulnerable. I'm gonna be vulnerable real quick. All right, I'm gonna open up to you guys. If you have a beard, the hat is pivotal to the outfit. Pivotal.
It connects it all.
It connects it all. Yes. So I know that you guys do have hats. So
yeah,
you know,
customize those too.
Actually, talking about that, my positive vibes.
Come on, positive
purchased here.
vibes. Positive vibes. And speaking about positive vibes, that's a whole ass mood for 2020. Am I right? Like,
Word.
honestly, you know?
Absolutely.
Ill. Speaking about positive vibes, moods, and the whole shebang, I know you yourself have a little soiree coming up, if I'm not mistaken.
I do. The soiree is called Vice Album Release. It's
Oh
going to
my
be
God.
January 17th. So
17th.
whoever's in Miami, January 17th. It's a Friday. It's going to be in Wynwood at the Lightbox. Slide through. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have great DJs and liquor and hookah and food trucks and vendors and people and the team and McZen and just everything that you need to have a great time.
That's a damn fact.
Absolutely.
And Midnight in Miami is definitely gonna be out there.
Oh, come on,
you're gonna have to
somebody.
hit us up. We might see the shit. You might see the neon
Hey,
sign out
let's
there.
do
You
it.
might see
Let's
the
bring
neon
it.
sign out there. So if you see that neon sign, slide through. Say what's up. Say what's
Yeah,
up.
take some
walking
photos
around
with
with
us.
I'll be walking around like it's a boombox. Sin pena, bro. I'll get in a little rollaway generator, bro. Come on. But tell me about this this album a little bit. What kind of why Vice? Why what kind of went into this album?
You know, it was a lot of like searching, I guess. You know, vice is the definition of vice is like a bad habit that, you know, we may develop. So that was the whole purpose of the album was, you know, it's an 8-track album and everything is about, you know, maybe a bad habit or a bad way of doing something that was developed through, you know, childhood trauma or just going through what it is that we go through as humans. You know, in life, everybody has a different life and there's different experiences that make us who we are. And so that's what the whole album's about. And it's just, it's kind of, you know, although it's a little, it could get deep and dark or whatnot, I feel like promoting it in a positive way. Whereas like, all right, look, although you're going through this is not over and you know, you could definitely prosper through it. And so, yeah.
That's kind of like speaking about mental health. It's not something, you know, it's not something good in any way, shape, or form, but I think it's good to have an open conversation about it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Word. I've
Go ahead.
just started getting open about that.
That's
like,
what's up.
Yeah, it's especially this right here. I was talking about getting clammy. It's like, I don't like to say I have anxiety, but I do, work through my nerves and shit like that, but it's definitely an overpowering thing. Yeah. And I feel like the only way that I'm able to talk to anybody is be like, all right, just a caution. Sometimes I get nervous. I trip over my words or shit like that. And it's just a better way for like you to understand me. And then that gets me through just being more calmer. And then the next presence is like better and whatever.
That's what's up. Yeah. I mean, just from, this experience alone, like I remember the first, this is already probably the 5th or 6th episode, but the first episode, I was kind of like tripping out, like, okay, what are we going to talk about? I had this whole thing, and I still kind of do. I have like, as things happen throughout the week, I'm like, all right, let me talk about this in the podcast. Let me talk about this. But definitely, as obviously as with anything, repetition helps a lot.
Yeah.
So the more you do it, the more natural it comes.
Practice makes perfect, man.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Which quick shout out to our listeners, man. Everybody that's listening out there, we appreciate you. Yeah. We appreciate you tuning in wherever you tune in. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Little heart out there. Lil Robin loves you. And yeah, just a quick shout out to you guys. We have a lot of very diverse, very interesting guests on the horizon, and I think you'll enjoy them.
Yeah.
Words, Keith.
But what we were talking about beforehand, the big O. Oprah.
Oprah.
Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah motherfucking Winfrey. Here's the thing. Oprah, coming from Hispanic background, Vamos Argentina, carajo. As a kid, Oprah was kind of like always this, this like glorious thing that you can aspire to, because like, she was so poor. She would make friends with the fucking cockroaches in her like where she lived. She like her cockroaches, she would name them. Cause that's how poor and like lonely and shit she was. And to go from that to where she's at now.
Oh, well, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't know if naming cockroaches has to do with your financial, like, because
you could be rich and name cockroaches.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think it just has to do with your mindset. Like, if you're out here naming cockroaches, you feel what I'm saying? Like, there was a point in my life.
That's little Timmy. That's little Timmy. He has a broken antenna. Don't fuck with little Timmy.
Hey, no, that's Rob. That's Rob. I just feel like she was in a corner.
Have you guys ever seen DC Young Fly? Not to like subside, but they have a fucking awesome podcast, or also an animated segment of just roaches. DC Young Fly, Carlos Miller, and damn, I forgot the other one, but they were all on Wild and Out. It is so funny when you guys, it's like just, I can't stand cockroach, but I watch them for a little bit. It's hilarious.
That was one of my childhood phobias.
Cockroaches?
Yeah, cockroaches. I cannot deal with cockroaches. That's one of my things I can't do.
Honestly, I'd be quick to just step on it. Just cause.
Now I'm a little bit more seeing Ben about it.
Just because crunch.
The crunch is like, man,
the mayonnaise.
But I just hit it hard. Like I hit it so freaking hard, I don't even feel it.
Yeah.
Like whenever you say a cockroach, if you hear a boom, that's me killing it.
At least it didn't feel any pain.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Right.
But yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah,
moving on.
going back to Oprah, tying this all back together.
Yeah.
I know I don't want to say
friendly, and then she.
No, I think again, like I was saying, growing up, it was a dream. It was something that you could aspire to. It was a success story. And that talk show broke all sorts of fucking records. She has her own network. She has her own magazine. I think she has a clothing line.
She's a billionaire.
It could be mistaken. But now I guess getting more on the personal side and not the career side. I know that there's controversy surrounding her name because of all the documentaries that are popping up now. Aly, what do you got to say? I know that we got, there's...
Yeah, no, it's just, there's already a lot of shit going on, especially politically, with our people in general. I don't think that constantly looking for another way to attack and make another documentary of something that is not even valid. You're taking one side. She didn't even contact Russell. She can't even contact Michael. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's very reachy, and to me sometimes I always see like there has to be another plan. What's going on? And you have obvious people that she has been friends with, like Harvey Weinstein, that she's never mentioned, but she's quick to do a documentary about a dead man and not even reach out to her supposed friend.
So she's
you know what I'm
making
saying?
a documentary on what he's been accused of what Michael Jackson.
She made a documentary about Michael Jackson with his accusers, which I will say, in her defense, was phenomenal. I did watch it, and I will be honest. I know you have opposing views because you're a big fan or whatever the case. And
Of what? Of who?
Of Michael Jackson?
Oh, jeez.
Are you not?
Yeah, of course. But when you automatically make a documentary, when you make a movie, you're making it real. You're making people would rather watch images than read something.
Of
you know
course,
what I'm saying?
I agree.
So you're going past what's already been proven by law, what's already been proven by court, what they've already admitted to, what we can retract to, and now you're just going by what they want to say right now. And that's not fair. That's not right.
So it's not in favor of Michael Jackson at all.
The
Like,
documentary,
It
no.
just
Well,
goes on the accusers. It's just speaking with the
Which
accusers.
is,
well, it definitely has a tone of that he's guilty, but they do illustrate the legend that he was. They don't make it seem like there was some random guy. Like they make it very clear that this was pretty much as close as you can get to godlike, on earth at the time.
And that's a good way to discredit anybody that is big, that is like then what do you have? Michael Jackson has been an idol figure and for so long, and come on now, he's dead. You're not even speaking to his family, you're speaking to his accuser, you're speaking to somebody that like you're going past facts, and now you're just going by this is what I want to say right now. This is the clout I want to catch right now.
I see where you're coming from, but the defense of he's dead, Harvey Weinstein's dead, and I mean,
No, he's
not Harvey Weinstein. Sorry, what's his name? The one that we were talking about. The guy that he went to his house. The one that supposedly committed suicide. Jeffrey Epstein. He's dead, and he was still a monster. So just because he's dead, it doesn't mean that
okay, but he was in court. That is totally invalid because he was in court. He was already proven. There was already facts against him. Like, he was in court for this. He was going to jail. People were going to get let out for his little fucking pedophile gate that he had. Mm-hmm. In Michael Jackson's case, all of that was already proven invalid. He already went to court. Everything was already done. There's no reason to talk about it anymore. The fucking accusers said, and there's text messages, emails saying that he lied, that he fabricated everything. Him trying to go to the funeral. This is there's completely different because Jeffrey has already been proven guilty.
Okay, valid point.
Right? And then Oprah is going yes, they're both dead, but Michael Jackson has been dead for years, and this shit has been dead for years. Also, you're bringing it back up. You know what I'm saying? For what? For clout.
I could see that. Why didn't they do it back then? I could see that. And I could see why people say that it's like a payout. Yeah.
And the fact that you're going against like your own friends, like you've had interviews with these people, you've talked to these people, she's talked to Russell Simmons. You have reached to their family and to the person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand.
As far as like them, like about them being friends or whatever the case, honestly, it doesn't hold too much weight because
it doesn't. But
because of like, let's say you were friends with R. Kelly,
right?
And you know that R. Kelly did it. He's still like, it doesn't matter.
Those are completely different. If I knew you did if I knew some people were here accusing you of some shit, and I'm like, damn,
but they have no proof.
But they have no proof. Do you think I want to talk to these people and be like, I'm gonna just get all of you what you're saying, even though I know him, I'm not gonna talk to him. I'm just gonna get what you want to say and put that on a documentary. That way that. And how would you feel? You know me, and I'm not telling you nothing. No, I'm here getting money for some shit, and you're like, what the fuck? You got my name in this, and you don't even want to call me or nothing?
So do you feel if Oprah were to do a documentary about someone that
do a documentary about Harvey Weinstein? Do a documentary. It's not even about being black. It's just about do a documentary about people with facts. Do a documentary about people don't get biased opinions. She's only talking to the accusers. She's not even, you can't talk to Michael Jackson. He's dead.
I'm sorry?
You know what I'm saying? It's not a real documentary.
What's the segment?
Words from Craig. He said it's not a real documentary when you.
That's words from Craig.
I feel it. Maybe she just really believes it. Like maybe she really believes that he was guilty, and I'm not justifying it, but you know, it's just everybody has their reasons for doing whatever it is that they do, and maybe she just firmly believes, and she's like, I need to show the world.
All right. Do we firmly believe that Harvey Weinstein is guilty?
I say yes.
Okay. So why isn't she doing a documentary on him? Why is anybody doing a documentary on him?
I say yes. I personally do.
Michael Jackson.
Do you think Michael Jackson's guilty?
You know, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Again, I live in a cave, so I've never actually like read up on the facts or like the evidence, so I can't say. The same thing with when people ask me is OJ. I didn't read up. I saw the show on FX. It was an amazing show. You know what I'm saying?
OJ versus the
saw
people.
show.
Yeah.
Well, what's your take on OJ?
I love OJ. It's just awesome.
Yeah, there's too many.
Thank you.
There's too many.
Craig.
Yeah,
Craig,
but
words from Craig.
We're not
Words
even.
from Craig, baby.
Of course, but you're like there's been a lot of facts that were those are evidence in there that we can see that happen. You know what I'm saying?
The glove didn't fit.
You must have quit.
Yeah, we
Oh,
must have
God.
quit. There you go.
What's that book he came out with?
If I had done it, this is how I would have done it, or some bullshit like that.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
like,
do
are you
that.
fucking
Don't do that.
serious? Right?
Don't do that.
He's trolling people now. Like,
do that.
He's like, I didn't do it, but here's how I would have done it. Like, bruh.
That's hilarious.
You know what I think? I believe he didn't do it just because if you actually look at the like in a whole sense, this man was a kid that wasn't able to grow up.
Are you talking about MJ or OJ?
MJ.
There's so many J's.
Yeah, there's so many J's.
What? He was a kid that wasn't grown up. He definitely needed therapy or some type of, counseling because he had a troubled past.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's great to have just children around you as friends, yes, but he didn't just, it was just that was like, let's all just, it was so much innocence. I didn't see anything bad. The parents were there.
Yeah. The parents were not always there.
How?
What do you mean?
If they're okay, if
there were
the
times
if,
that they would
okay,
sleep.
pero if I leave, yeah.
Oh no! I'm saying the parents are fucking idiots. Don't get me wrong. Like they're
Shout out to the parents out there.
like don't get me wrong. They're idiots, but they weren't always there.
All right, okay. If after a while, like if the third or fourth or fifth visit, the parent isn't there, it's like after a while they have some type of comfort. Some people do look for a money grab. Some people do look for all this shit. I personally can't say that he's guilty. I can't. There's too many. And plus, like I said, I can't talk about a man that's fucking dead. And like over 10 fucking years ago, man. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, is dead already. Leave the man to be dead. Like it's too much of a money grab. That's why I'm upset.
I can understand that, and I respect the whole him being dead thing. And if he is innocent, then I agree with you 100,000,000%.
How are we gonna crucify somebody that's dead? How are we gonna?
No, we're not. I mean, you can't.
We are,
because they're already dead.
We are, because we're still crucifying him right now. We're still making documentaries with the accusers right now. We're still it's a constant jab to the dead.
Okay,
constantly.
but let me ask you this though. You're talking about it from the perspective of certainty that he's not guilty, which is fine.
I'm talking from a perspective that he's been dead for 10 years. Let it go. Like, what are you trying to, what else can we get out of this but bring a man way more down to the grave? Like, there's nothing else you can get out of this.
So, I think that what they can get out of this, only if he is guilty.
You're talking to the two people that have already admitted that they lied. There's already admission from those two people that they lied.
I would have to see that. Just because they made a whole documentary. So
exactly.
if they said, hey,
because you're only looking at the documentary.
You're right. But if they're saying, hey, everything that we said in this documentary is false, then I mean that's completely
they've already previously said it. They're just now trying to change their story. They're just now trying to make something out of nothing. They've already, if you want to go, we can go ahead and search. They've already previously said that they've lied. There's 2 people that they've lied. They've already lied. Like, the thing about it is, it's hard to even talk about something that's been dead for 10 years. That's why it's like, again, it's just something there's no reason to talk about it. Like, what the fuck? So what am I going to get at?
There's no evidence on it, like, as far
as
there's certain things. There's nothing as far as like
there's only he said she said in that whole fucking documentary.
As far as like samples, like scientific samples, they haven't found like blood or anything like that. Okay. But you know, it's one of those things where I don't think if it was really as simple as like, hey, I'm just gonna lie my way to fame. I think it would have stopped a long time ago. I don't think it would have gone as far as it did.
We can talk about a dead man every day, and I can take it as far as I want to, because he can never be here to defend himself.
Yeah. No,
at the end of the day, you want to talk about let's bring all of his accusers out then, and let them all talk. Why are we only talking to 2? It's stupid. It's a really redundant conversation. There's no benefit but Oprah and the 2 accusers. That's it.
Why Oprah?
Because she made the documentary.
But you say benefit as far as like her making money off of him?
She made the documentary. I don't know if she's making money off of it, but her name is on the documentary. She made the documentary. She put it out there. She promoted it. She interviewed them. So I mean, so let me ask you this. I know you believe that R. Kelly is guilty, right?
Why
Yes.
R. Kelly had to do that, man? Why?
I mean, but
why did he have to do that?
All right.
But let me ask you this. You believe that R. Kelly is guilty. If R. Kelly were,
there's tapes of him pissing on a girl.
Right. But
there's already, we already got that.
But if he were to be dead and they made the documentary, would you feel the same way that they're reaching?
We're here and the man's alive. We're here and the man's alive, and he's already going through the trials. He's able to either or defend himself, guilty or not. So whatever the case may be on him, then hello.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're here. You know what I'm saying? I can't. What happened? Oh.
I feel like
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's a case that we can talk about right now. But it's not. He's not dead. I can't say that. I can't say that if he is dead and this shit is going on and we still have evidence. Like, I can't. You know what I'm saying? I hope that Jeffrey Epstein shit still goes on. But no, apparently they can't find a video of the whole shit turned down when the fucking dude decides to fucking kill himself. Everybody don't believe nothing. Everybody don't know what's going on about him.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was clearly one of those things that it was like an inside plan. Because there's too many coincidences, like the fact that there's no video for that specific time frame, the fact that the guards decided not to do a check at that time. There's too many things that just don't.
I think there's a really big reach to get something, and then what if he escaped?
A doppelganger? You think it'll go that far? Nah, because the thing is that it'll be cheaper. I feel like if it is one of those like big conspiracies where it's like a group of like rich individuals really have this like ring or whatever the case, which they did have the ring, it was confirmed. But if they really have this amount of power, I think they would just go about and kill him, not try to get.
They probably did, and this is all. That's why there's a blank of everything.
Yeah. But I don't think they got
Yeah,
exactly. I don't think they got another body to try to save his life. They don't give a fuck about him.
Everybody's an inside. It was all an inside plan. Nobody even needs a body. They don't need a body. They just need to put something in plastic and just be like, yeah, he did. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. But in an all-around sense, I just don't appreciate the constant, like, I bet you this Jeffrey Epstein shit is gonna die out in a few weeks, in a few days.
Of course.
Exactly. I don't appreciate that. Keep going. I need a full around pressure, the same way we put in pressure on R. Kelly, the same way we put in pressure on Michael Jackson, same way we put in pressure on Russell Simmons. Do the same pressure for Harvey Weinstein, same pressure for Jeffrey Epstein. Even though the man's dead, keep doing the documentary like you want to do the documentary on Michael Jackson, even though the man's dead. Yeah. Get all them accusers, get all of it. I just need that same pressure all around. It's not about color, it's not about race. Just do the same thing. And if we want to talk about race, then yes, look at the color, look what's going on, look at the actual matter of the fact. Let's not be dumb. That's what I'm saying.
So do you think they're doing that, like they push harder with the Michael documentary because...
Why are we talking about the man 10 years later after he's dead?
Yeah. Do you
Tell
feel
me
like,
that.
Because he was so big.
This podcast is about.
All right. He dead. I bless. Anyways, talking about now that we're here, I just want to definitely, because when I just feel weird every time I hear myself listening to the podcast. I'm like, oh my gosh, I talk. Anyways, but the last time I just definitely want to acknowledge the person before the product. And Juice WRLD passing, we do want to acknowledge his death because we were definitely speaking about, you know, everything that he's done, and we're blessed to at least have, you know, all the music that he's put out. But definitely prayers to his family and to his friends and to his girlfriend and to his whole, you know, crew. And we appreciate all of it. So I get out of breath sometimes.
You good.
And yeah. Oh, I also wanted to say, because we were talking a lot about the banana, and that's not all about what Art Basel is about. We also had R Basel. I don't know if you guys know that from Smoke Signals MA in Miami, which is also with Phil something. He's a part of
That's
Smoke
his name,
Signals.
by the way, Phil.
Yeah.
Something.
No, that's his legal name. That's his legal name.
Like,
for sure.
On Instagram or...
He goes by Phil
But yeah,
something.
they're
That's a dope
super
ass stage
dope.
name, bro.
Yeah.
When I went to Smoke Signals for the first time, it was like homie experience. When I tell you homie, it's because it's in their house, and it's all like art everywhere. It's so beautiful. Like, you feel so welcomed.
Hell yeah.
But they did the Art Basel for the last time this year, and something that that was said that was super powerful. I felt like she said. But she said, what happens when nobody's looking? Like, because they finished doing it. So but they finished like saying, what happens when nobody's looking? What are you doing when nobody's looking? You know what I mean? So in part of your art, when nobody's even like paying for it or watching it, what do you do on your own time? So I felt like that was so awesome to leave everybody with. Because I feel like we as artists do get caught up with, we need to make money, we need to do this. And it kind of sometimes leaves the passion or the creativity. So it's really good to, you know, especially to have that. But yeah, they extended their home for such amount of time, and it was so awesome.
Hell yeah. Big shout out.
It's always awesome there.
What happened?
No, it's Smoke Signals.
Oh, yes. Smoke Signals, MA. And yeah, so they were an amazing experience at Art Basel. So I just wanted to put them out there. Something in Miami that we have. I want to acknowledge all the people from Miami, you know, something that is aside from what they wanted to distract us from, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And speaking on that, I feel like Miami artists we're our own breed, I feel.
Absolutely.
Because I've been to LA, I've been to Nueva York. And although they have a very different energy, a different vibe, a different just all around demeanor, I think even though New York has that natural organic hustle mentality, as a whole, as a city, the Miami artist has a hustle mentality that very few have. And I think it's underappreciated. And I think that we as a city need to go out and support a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's unfortunate. I saw a friend of mine Long Dick Ricky, what's going on? Long Dick Ricky, big shout out, Long Dick Ricky. That was a beautiful man right there. He dances tango, dances up a storm, bro. But he has that medical condition.
Did you
with
just say Long Dick Ricky?
That's Long Dick Ricky.
All right.
Yeah. But when he does his tango, he has that medical condition with that third leg. So when he twirls, it's like there's a delay.
Are you serious?
That's Long Dick Ricky for you, boy.
Are we?
I
Is
don't know what's
it?
happening. I don't know.
It happens. And but he was telling me how he went to a it was like an open mic of sorts. And I've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed that trend, but I've noticed that trend of like the rural warehouse, you know, in the middle of nowhere, and them like setting up an open mic, and that happens kind of constantly in Miami.
Yeah,
and I'm starting, and I really fucking admire that. I really love that because it's both supporting local artists, because that's always a huge fucking plus. And supporting local businesses, because with that event always comes pop-up shops or whatever the case, and you're supporting them, and also you're giving artists a platform to perform that otherwise they wouldn't have, I feel. Especially in a city like this. When I started doing like spoken word, the amount of places, I mean, we don't have to name them by name, but the amount of places that you could do that was kind of minimal. There was only one big one that you and I went to a couple times. And then it was cool, but like I was always like wary. I thought it was a little weird about like the whole like paying to perform for like I don't know, that was just me. But you kind of have to, you got to pay your dues to go out there, because you never know, you know, they're giving you stage time, and at the end of the day, I don't want to sound like an ass, but there's some nights that are better than others, and you know if you kind of get a feeling if you kind of got it or you don't. And I think, you know, you got to pay your dues. You got to go in and you got to be the unknown person. And I don't know if you noticed, but any of these open mics are going to have that kind of that resident host or that resident person that everybody knows by name. And it's like, now you start like looking up at this person and you kind of see the steps. It's like, damn, okay, let me get as big as this host, and then you know, I'll be known in my city, and then I can go and do this and this and this and that, and you kind of see the steps, and I think it's refreshing, and to have that hustle, that drive, from Miami artists, and even though sometimes it may feel like you're not getting that break, you're not getting that you know, that big shot or whatever the case, you know, that's just coming. You know, you gotta be persistent. You can't be afraid of rejection. Especially in a city like this, where the difference, in my opinion, and you tell me if you feel otherwise, but the difference between like a city like Miami and New York for the typical performer is that the competition, I don't want to say is equally as demanding, because obviously New York has far more people, but I feel like in Miami you're gonna see the same amount of people at recurring gigs or auditions or whatever the case, because they have that recurring drive. Whereas in New York, it's more of like a quick turnaround at a McDonald's. Whereas like, hey, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to do this for 2 weeks. It didn't work out. All right, I'm gonna leave New York. Whereas Miami is like, I'm gonna do this, and oh, it didn't work out. I'm gonna do this again, and oh, it didn't work out. I'm gonna do this again. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, different. You know, everybody has a different hustle. And I feel like the music scene down here is completely different from just anywhere else in the country or around the world. So. You know, it's an interesting factor to see like these young artists do what they're doing and continuously, you know, try to pursue it, even if it may not be that dirty South sound, you know, that you hear so many times in Miami. Especially out here, it's very hard to break as an artist. So you need that drive. You definitely do. But no, I admire all the Miami artists, man. Keep doing y'all thing. Shout out to every artist out here in Miami.
I want to shout out one artist.
Do your thing.
Raven Official.
Raven.
Oh my God.
Remember, he put out that project, The Letter to Hip Hop.
Yes.
Still working through it. The shit's fire.
He'll probably
I'm
be
not
a
gonna
guest
lie.
at one point. That's for sure.
No, he's super dope. He actually, he built my confidence one time. Oh, we also had Zorenzo here.
Oh,
he
yeah.
put out a project too. Well, it's called Zero Fucks, and like we did like a play on.
Classy.
Well, not a play on. We kind of did a segment of podcasts, and then we had Jay Howard, and we had his guest here. It was an experience. But yeah, Raven was there like prepping me up, and he put out the idea, and then we put it all together, and it came out super dope. I can't wait to see it. But yeah, Miami artists is like that right there. Again, Zorenzo and Raven. Fucking dope.
You gotta watch out for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both of them, people I've listened to, people I know, and people that I know got a lot of talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually kind of segueing. I don't know if you guys, and I'm late to this party, but I just watched Spider-Man last night.
Wait, which one? Homecoming?
Far From Home.
Oh wow.
Is that the one? That's the one with Mysterio, right?
Yeah.
Have you watched it? Have you done the Marvel
which
thing?
One?
The one with Mysterio.
No.
It's the latest Spider-Man.
It's the latest
that came
No, I
after
didn't.
Endgame. No.
No.
Solid.
Did it came out in theaters?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean now it's kind of like in DVDs, I think.
Oh, I've been like doing a lot of movie reviews. I need to actually go out to the movies because I was like, you know what? Let me just see what it's about.
Yeah.
And I've been getting away with watching a lot of scary movies.
I love me a good scary movie.
I like horror movies.
I can't go through with watching it. You feel me? I'm just gonna watch the review and then you tell me when the scary part comes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's super dope. Just like watching the movie reviews instead.
Okay.
For me.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
Scary movies. I can't do other ones.
I love me a solid scary movie. Have you finally gotten past that personal hurdle of not watching The Matrix?
Yes.
He actually
I watched in the
That's a
span of
damn-
like
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Wasn't it like the next day
What'd you
you were
think?
just like, I'm gonna watch
yeah,
this
the
shit?
next day after that, I was amazing. It was amazing. I saw the entire trilogy, the Matrix trilogy.
That's
For those who don't know, I didn't watch it until like 2 months ago.
Yeah, a little out of the loop there.
Yeah, and I'm 25, so my entire life.
You say it like 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah. But no, it was an amazing trilogy. I really enjoyed it. It was even though it was kind of old, it was still very entertaining. And the storyline is dope. Everything about it was really freaking dope. And they're coming out with a fourth one, so I'm actually very excited.
I saw that.
It's gonna be really dope.
From the what?
They're bringing Keanu and everything back.
I know, and also
crazy.
Trinity.
Yeah.
So did you red pill or blue pill?
All right. Well, the blue pill was the one that lets you see the Matrix, right? And the red one makes you forget. Is it, or is it the other way? Other way.
It's the other way, and then
blue makes you forget. Red makes you see.
Makes you see, but you can't go back.
Yeah, I would definitely. I mean, the red. I'm not gonna live in a lie. Like I don't want to live in a lie, dude.
So you will go through all of that. You would want to like.
Yo, what?
Fight through. Ooh.
Yo, what?
Somebody, of
Come
course.
on.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. I mean, I don't know. Well, I don't want to. Never mind. I don't want to say it because I don't want to spoil it. To any, or should we not?
No. Don't spoil it.
But it's
I
been.
think we're good on the live, right? All right, for sure.
But it's been years though, so it's like, do I have the right to?
We could say it. Come
All
on.
right. Well, if you haven't seen The Matrix, I'm about to say something.
Pause
so-
it.
Spoiler
And,
alert.
yeah.
Pause it, yeah.
Fast
Spoiler
forward
alert.
like
Bro.
2 minutes or something.
I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna bring Trinity back because she's like hella dead. She's like about as dead as they come. Like here's death and then Trinity. is
Yeah,
just-
she's just like right there.
yeah. So how when they said they were bringing her back, I'm like, how? She fucking died by a pole. Wasn't there like a pole that?
Yeah, it's just
Several poles.
Several,
You know,
that's what she said.
pause. That's exactly what she said. But
Man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
it's a great way to die. But still, like, think of like
my
how the
Bro,
fuck are they
the
gonna bring?
scene when she gets the phone and the agent's right there, I kind of like trip balls,
Yeah.
and like
yeah.
she barely made it.
that's
Yeah, I don't know
great.
how they're gonna bring her back.
That's gonna be an interesting one. Unless it's like a flashback.
We got to talk about it. I hate to get political, but the impeachment.
Words,
Yeah.
please.
What do you guys? I was having a discussion with a friend of mine And I kind of still stand by what I said. I was trying to listen to his point of view, see where he's coming from, and I do get where he's coming from, but I still stand by what I had thought at the time, which is it's great if it actually translates into something, if it becomes something. If they kick him out, if the Senate kicks him out, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But if they have the impeachment and then the Senate's like, nah, hey, we're good, we're gonna go ahead and keep old big boy over here, then it doesn't mean dick. That doesn't mean that they shouldn't have done it in the first place. I know there's a process and I know you got to do it or whatever the case. I understand that. But if you have the impeachment process and then it doesn't follow through in his removal,
What's going to happen?
no, I mean, he just stays. I mean, it's just like it's a black mark on his record, you know?
But here's the thing.
It's like a little suspension on your permanent record.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to go and be a fucking rocket scientist or whatever the case, if you're going to go and, you know, become a rapper, guess what? The suspension on your permanent record probably doesn't fucking matter.
No, it really doesn't. I mean, no president that's ever been impeached has ever been removed from office. There's only been 3 presidents.
Yeah, which is Nixon, Clinton, and him.
And now him. So it's like, I really doubt they're going to remove him. I doubt it because the Senate is
full of Republicans.
Yeah. And these, let me tell you something about Republicans, man. Hey, let me tell you something about them. Them boys will stick to they man. No
was
matter
it? Was it
what.
Diddy that was like, if minorities stuck together like Republicans stuck together, they would never be able to defeat us or some shit like that.
That's
a damn fact right
and
there.
It's nothing against Republicans. I'm just stating what I see. Y'all stick together like glue, man.
Yo, you could have so many controversies. They'll look the other way, yo. Like, they don't give a fuck. Like,
I actually... Go ahead.
It's admirable. The
ride or die. Ride or die right there,
like,
bro.
that's a real, like, yo, you're like, oh, bro, I know you just saw me kill him, but you saying you did it. I appreciate it. Yeah,
like, straight up. That's how it is.
I saw an ad on YouTube talking about how, you know, when you turn Republican or when you have a different view, sometimes the people or your family kind of go against you. And I never feel like this in a sense. I also feel like what you guys said, if somebody is doing wrong, if you just saw me kill a man, you know, or you got to call wrong for wrong. You can't completely go just because you stand for this side to be like, yeah, I see nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's never the fact that if you just change your sides or you change your views, just be aware or conscious, or don't act like, you know, shit's not happening around you. Don't be blind, basically. That's the only problem when I have, you know?
I agree. I
feel it. But Trump has always been somebody I never really liked as far as, like, as a president.
Yeah. No, he even said it.
Mogul, he's cool, but... Yeah.
Well, I heard
as a business mogul, I mean, you know,
he said in a couple of interviews ago, like long time ago, that if he would ever run, it would be on the Republican because they dumb or something like that. Or he was able to, not dumb, but he's able to manipulate or get into it, or that's the easy way to get in. And it's like, if you have, like I said, if you have if there's proof, if there's evidence, hello, do not be blind. Like, you are fooling yourself.
Well, he's also failed a lot of businesses. Though.
Yes, he has.
Like he had a casino that went to shit.
He had steak that went to shit.
Yeah, but that happens.
Trump steak.
Oh, the seminars, the fucking the university. You remember?
Yeah.
Trump University. He got lawsuits up the ass for that. So it's not like, I feel like there's better examples out there. Business examples.
Absolutely.
You know,
he's definitely not even like the top of the top. Of course not.
That's why I don't understand. Like, what's going on? What are people blind? Are people dead?
No, I think the opposite.
What?
I think they're not blind. I think now they're more lucid than ever. Now they're not scared to show who the fuck they really are. You know, I think
that's crazy.
So you feel like because he is president, they'll be like, well, our president's like that. That means that I can be like this.
That's exactly what I'm saying. The hate crimes have gone up through the fucking roof.
Yeah, like, the thing is that it's like they've always been like that. It's just they would hide it. So now it's like,
exactly.
I want to be open about it. So, you know, when you have a racist president, everybody's just like, oh well, I guess we're cool now. I guess it's a fashion thing now. It's a trend to be racist, to show it. So it's crazy.
It's funny because I read somewhere that they said that the impeachment pretty much guaranteed his reelection. And I started
crazy.
thinking about it. And
Why
I'm
would
like,
they say that,
damn,
though?
because it makes sense. Like, the people that he's appealing to, they love that shit. Oh, he's fighting the power. What? Oh, he's fighting. Exactly.
Yeah.
As Craig is. Exactly.
Words from Craig.
Words from Craig. But yeah, they love that shit. Oh, what? He went to bat for us. He did that for us, is what they're thinking, you know?
Yeah.
So they're going to be like, oh, we got to come out and support, which is crazy.
People are special, man. You know, dealing with people here at the studio, like I love people because they're so different and so complex. Every human is complex.
Yeah, what happened the other day with these people? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
there was an
you went on
interesting-
full like mode, yo.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
like,
I
I'm
had
gonna
to
need
kick
you to
some
get the
people-
fuck out.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I
It
was
was
like,
beautiful. I was like, I went to get y'all back. I was like, nah, she got this. Like, she's good. She don't
Hey,
need
but let me tell you
nobody,
something.
like-
Let me tell you something, man. And I really appreciate all the artists and producers and engineers that come here to Asylum. You guys are honestly the best out of every studio. I know for a fact we have the best motherfucking artists and shit.
Gang, that's
But
beautiful.
There is that 1%
Yeah,
Yeah.
that 1%.
of artists or
that-
just people in general that come here, and it's
Yeah.
like, hey, I don't know how the fuck your parents raised you, my guy.
Yeah.
For
But that
real.
shit ain't. It's
not gonna
crazy.
fly,
It's
yeah.
fucking crazy, man.
It's like they feel like they can, or it's like if
They
you
don't give a
don't, the
fuck,
whole
yeah.
problem was like you were told no, and they were like, oh yeah, bitch,
Yeah, exactly.
Word.
Exactly.
Well, in that case, I'm
spit
gonna
on
do
the
it.
floor, like
Exactly.
what? I don't
crazy,
understand
man.
that, and I don't know if it's like this generation, and that's why I was always like, I wasn't trying to be woke when I was like, tell your kids it's
No,
your parents
yeah.
about Santa, but it was like I feel like if you continue to channel this wanty, try to want everything when you're told no as an adult, you are gonna fucking want to be like tore up the place. Fuck you mean you telling me no because you've been getting everything your whole entire life? You know what I'm saying? It's just de-fuck yourself.
This generation is raised a lot different from at least like how my dad was raised. Yo, because I know because my dad raised me the same way. And it's like I can imagine it was even harder for like it's crazy. Like now it's really crazy. The parents are more so about, oh, I want to make sure you're okay. And I get it. I get it in a sense. You know, you don't want to push your child too hard. Like, I get that. But there has to be a good balance, I feel, of knowing when your child is just crying to be a fucking brat and knowing when he actually needs something. You know, there's even you can't spoil them. Like even with my dog, I notice sometimes he'll cry and people will be like, and I'm like, no, he just wants attention. He already ate, he has water, he has his pads, he's good, he has air, he could breathe, there's AC, he's not locked up, he just wants attention. So if he's even with something as simple as a dog, if he's crying and you go to him for no reason, you're gonna start to spoil him and get him used to, oh well, I could get whatever I want if I do that. All right then. Shit. And if I don't get what I want, I'm gonna throw a tantrum. You feel what I'm saying? So there has to be a good balance, I feel, of when look, I have to do something, and when you gotta let your child just cry. What? I'll do that with my niece when she's crying just for the fuck of it. I'm like, all right, we're gonna go to the car and put the radio on. You can cry all you want in the back seat because I know you're just being a little, a brat right now. So
Yeah.
What do you guys stand on disciplining your children by hitting?
Oh, I'm 125,000% with it. I'm sorry.
And that 25,000, that extra, it really does add
It
up
really
a little
does
bit.
add.
You know, it
yo.
really does.
Obviously, open
Yeah.
hand. All right.
Yeah,
And not
they
on
gonna
the face.
close,
No faces,
close fist
obviously.
them.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna
better-
Danny Chavez their ass.
Yeah. And it's definitely not to the point of like you.
No, of
of
course not.
Right. So me and my nephew, we would just flick him to like be like,
Nice.
that's not what you do. Just to
Yeah.
be aware. Like, all right, I'm not. Come on, like don't touch the stove.
It's
type
more
shit.
the shock factor. That
Yeah,
you
so-
like,
Right. So if you
just hit me?
continue to be like, oh, to the corner, or oh, don't do that, or
Yeah.
it's like, all right, I feel like
right?
it's only
What's the
so
consequence?
much.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
There-
come on.
Was a girl that she was saying that her parents will make her like write an apology letter for every time. So now every time she is kind of more like aware of.
She got a hand cramp by now, boy. She's like, oh. Fuck.
Every time just writing up, and she's like, what?
Can I type this shit out, bro?
Yeah.
No, for real. I think I'm with it, but there is a fine line though.
Absolutely.
Because if you kind of like, if you Conor McGregor their ass, then like you're gonna grow up with issues.
That's with everything, There's too much of anything, like you know what I'm saying. So it's like
I feel like you just gotta explain to your children why you're getting this.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing is to explain it to them. And show them why they're being disciplined.
This is why I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah. Craig, I want to hear words from Craig.
Yeah, I need a little words from Craig on this one.
He was nodding before I even asked. He was like, yo. He was getting the belt ready and everything. Let me show you how to do this.
Well, I was gonna ask you guys. So, is it only hand, or do you guys will rock the chancleta, the belt?
I'll rock whatever's around me.
I think the belt is a little too much.
I think I've just developed myself to just
I'm immune.
It just depends. It's not.
I used to get whoopings from the belt. Let me tell you something. The belt. That was
it's definitely a degree.
That real leather, boy.
That sting. Oh my god.
That's how you know it's not no pleather. That's that real shit. That's that real shit.
I think also we're the first generation here. I don't know if we're the first generation here, so it was almost like they were trying to correct us automatically. To be more up, like you're here in America, you're an American, you need to be, and that was just like. Let's get to you to that point quicker and faster, right? So then, but now as us, we're like, all right, we know how to work here. We've been an American for so long. We know how to do this. All right, so it's a gradual step. I don't need to automatically get the belt out. We just need to get there. You know what I mean?
There's different levels for it. You don't want to take the belt out every time. It's like you want to like gauge it. All right, well you did this crime, so this is fitting for that. Like, a palm is just enough. But if you did that, all right, now you're gonna need the belt. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm also another one of my fears is having like the mother. I really pray she's about it too, because I don't want to have to be married. And then I'm over here, and my child does something, and I hit him, and she's like, "I don't hit kids."
Oh, you're not? No,
that has to be talked about before.
Girl, I'm gonna get right to you. Just give me. I'm finished here, and then we gonna talk about this.
When they go, oh, you don't hit my son. I was like, wait, whoa. I have something to do with that too. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so that should be an interesting topic. But,
No, I agree. I mean, it's. Basically, that has to be talked about before. Like, we ain't gonna get into a relationship and I'm gonna have a child. You telling me that I can't hit our child? Excuse me.
Well, if you want, you could go ahead and leave the room. We could do that. You don't have to witness this.
Well, also, children have a lot more, I guess, goal, or gal now, because back in the 90s, if you hit them, you hit them, Now it's like you can look at them dirty and they're like, I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. I'm like, bro, you can go ahead and call.
I tried that with my mom one time.
You ain't gonna take your PlayStation 4, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I don't know. I tried that. It depends on where you grew up or your parents, because I used to have a babysitter, and the child was like, you can tell your mom, you can call the police, and I'm like, oh yeah. And I told my mom, and I'm like, she's like, oh yeah?
Oh yeah?
Okay, watch. And I was scared for my life. Just when I heard that watch, I'm like, no, it's okay. I didn't mean it. I don't want nothing. Like, it doesn't, I feel like calling the police, are you really about to go into Child Protective Services? I don't think kids really even understand what
it's that everything's, it's either like 0 or 1 million with kids. Like.
But I definitely want to be the first generation, to get creative with discipline. Like, you know what I'm saying? All right, well,
I think that's why we gradually...
I mean, if you take away their phone, they don't know how to operate. Like,
if I were to take my for instance, my son did something, or my daughter did something crazy, and I took his phone, what I would like to do is bring it to a gun range, put it at the end where the target is, and shoot it. I think a kid watching his dad shoot their fucking phone is traumatizing, and I would love to do something like that.
Either that or like send embarrassing pics to his crush.
You feel what?
No, you guys are
absolutely.
I mean, it depends on the level of the crime.
Again, it's the level.
It depends on the level.
So, are you guys gonna be the one recording giving a bad haircut to your child type shit?
Oh,
I saw that. He was like, he was crying. The comments, it was all offended white mothers. Like that's all it was.
How
Gosh.
dare you?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like by that time, maybe PS7 is out. I'll get his PS7 and I'll put it in a bonfire and I'll light it. What's the problem with that?
Because that's
Well,
aggressive. You bought it.
I know, but he loves it. He
It'll probably
enjoys it.
cause a hole in the ozone layer. But
Yeah.
besides that,
You feel that? Thank you. Words from Craig.
Where's
Let's
from
think about the
Craig?
earth.
Where's from Craig? He said he feels
Think
that.
about Earth.
You think about it. Would you? I mean, I don't have to hit my child all the time. There's other creative ways, and I want us as a generation to start practicing these. Yo, get his PS7 or 8,
Yeah.
whatever what it is, a PS4 right now,
beautiful.
and burn that bitch.
Burn
What's
that bitch.
wrong with that? Film it and send it to his friends. Who cares? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
And you can put that on my
His friends
tombstone.
have
Go to
do
his
about
school.
it.
Go to his school. Get on the morning announcements and put it
Yeah.
on the morning announcements. I don't think I'm
Like,
going
friends,
to. Yeah.
this is what happens when you don't listen
You
to me.
imagine? Yeah. This
fuck?
is exactly what happens.
No.
Yo, in my middle school, in the morning, not in the morning announcements, the afternoon announcements, like the goodbye, the vice principal would always say, "And I'll see you here tomorrow, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed."
Oh God.
Shout out
Oh,
to you.
God.
That was a real one. That's how I knew.
a real one.
That's how I knew he was getting like constant play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Sweet.
constant. No. Every afternoon he'll be like, "And I'll see you tomorrow, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed."
Oh my
I'll be like,
God.
"All right, bro. Thanks,
I feel
man."
like-
What was middle school?
Durham Middle School, gang. Hey, we're the real ones out. Hey, goon squad out there, boy.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a story about the differences in parenting from back then and before, right? My auntie, I love you, auntie. She's Dominican. She crazy. If don't y'all ever like Dominicans? Don't you ever fuck with them? They're fucking wild, especially the women
That's
from
a
our
damn
country.
fact. That's a
so,
damn fact.
she the way she, like, for instance, my cousin or her son one time was skipping school, and he was obviously not telling her this, right? So one day the school calls and they're like, "Hey, how's your son?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Oh yeah, he said, we got the form that he was sick. He's not. That's why he hasn't been coming. How is he?" She's like, "Oh, he's good. He's good." So when obviously she didn't know that he wasn't coming. He made that up. So she went to his school with the little rose in her hair. You know what I'm talking about?
God.
She had rose in her hair and a baseball bat.
Oh my
She
God.
was waiting outside of his school with a baseball bat and rose in her.
That's
The
a
fact
beautiful
that
woman.
nobody was concerned.
That's a whole lot of woman.
That's
That's
a
a whole.
woman.
That's a whole lot of woman, bro.
Yo, all the kids were just looking, and she's like, "Where's Willie? Where's you know what? Everybody, when you see him, tell him that his mother's." She was telling everybody to let him know
Oh my
that
God.
his mother was looking.
Sounds
for
like a
him.
gangbanger, yo.
She was a gangster, mind you. This woman is like 4'11".
Oh my God. It's like Snooki.
So she waits for him at the house. He pulls up. She has the bat still. And he gets out the car, and obviously there's a back and forth. And now he's cursing. And she's like, "Oh, you want to
me?
curse?"
Oh, you want to
She
curse?
smashes all the windows of his car. She slashes the tires. Like this was
like
a
Kelly
woman.
Clarkson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was running away from her. She's like, no, I want you. I don't want the car. Boom. I want you. She wanted to hit him with the bat.
That's beautiful.
That right there
That's
is
love.
parenting
Yo.
A1.
And that's how you know she loved them, yo.
That's how you know she loves
That's
him.
beautiful.
Because she wanted to beat him with a bat. I mean, I see the
And
love.
she didn't
Honestly.
beat him with the bat.
I mean, I dated a woman once that carried a bat around in her car, and that's how you know that's a woman. You know,
That's a woman right
That's
there.
how you-
She's
bruh.
down for the
That's-
shit.
I think
that-
I'm missing some.
that's first date. That's first date questions. Oh, where do you work? Cool. Do you have a bat? You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
if she doesn't have a bat, like, are you really prepared?
Yeah.
What's that? Where's from Craig? Beyonce.
Oh, that was lemonade.
Oh, Beyonce.
yeah.
Beyonce
She
has a
was
bat.
Words from
In
Craig.
the
And
lemonade.
Beyonce's a whole lot of woman, you know. Beyonce's kind of the new Halle Berry, I've noticed.
Yo,
No,
let me tell
Halle
you something.
Berry is Halle Berry. Beyonce
Yeah,
is Beyonce.
yes. But as far as like the It woman, it was Halle Berry, and it turned. You don't think so?
I think Halle Berry is Halle Berry and Beyonce is Beyonce.
But
Because
Halle-
they're totally
But
two
Halle
different
hasn't been
dynamics.
on the. She hasn't
She's
really
an
been
actress. She's not a fucking
Beyonce, but
musician.
Beyonce has always been like one of those like, oh shit, woman's like the
Yeah.
top of the top.
Well, I feel like when Halle Berry was at the top, Beyonce was more known for Destiny's Child.
Because Beyonce's a musician and Halle Berry's an actress.
No,
They're
yeah.
two different, like, Yeah, lanes.
Yeah,
they don't
but
have nothing to do with each other.
I understand, but I feel like Halle Berry hasn't been as popping lately.
Because she's been boxing. She's been fucking getting her shit in.
She's boxing?
Yeah, she's like super fit. Like she's been doing her own. I don't know if it's self-defense or if it's just she's just wanting to, you know, big up her game, or box. I don't know if it's martial art. I don't know. But I've just been seeing her doing a lot of this.
Okay, a little 1 2 1 2. Oh shit.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
afraid,
on a whole
boy.
nother lane. She don't have nothing to do with music.
I haven't seen her. Yeah, I gotta see her in a movie, bro. You gotta do a little
The
something.
last one I saw was the one that kidnapped or something like that.
Yeah, isn't she with she didn't come out with a movie with what's his name? We were just talking about him. Matrix, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves?
She's not in the I didn't watch John Wick, to be honest with you.
she
But I
is in John
know
Wick, yeah.
Oh, she is?
She's
Boom,
John Wick
right.
3.
I didn't see it. Nice.
It's a
I
really
didn't see
dope
it. It's
movie,
good.
Really dope movie.
Is she in all 3 of them, or just that one?
No, I think she's
what I
in the
remember.
last one, right?
I think she was also in one of the older ones though.
Oh.
I don't know, but I remember John Wick 3.
I
She
shouldn't be
definitely
telling
is. With the dogs, it's really dope.
Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves is kind of he's a big name right now.
Yeah. You know, he was in the paper talking about because he has a woman that is of his age or some shit, or there's like, oh, that's weird to have. Exactly. I don't know.
How is
People
that
are
weird?
weird when it comes to age, especially age difference between men and women. They expect like the men to have a younger woman or whatever. So he was like, I don't know if she's a little bit older or of his age, but it was like, oh, Keanu Reeves, that's his woman. They're expecting him to have like, you know.
Yo,
What's
people
your
judge
take?
too much,
What's your
man.
take? Do you think? Excuse me. Do you think there's such a thing as too much?
Too much of what?
Well, I mean, yeah, of an age difference, or does it matter kind of like where they're at? Because I think it's different if you have I don't know, like a 7-year difference and one of them is 18, whereas if you're, I don't know, 23 and you have a 7-year difference, it's not as bad.
Yeah, I think that I would say under 20 would be best to leave with. If it says teen, let's leave teen over there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think when you get into your 20s, we were talking that 25, that's when your frontal lobe develops. So it's better you're not even set at 20. So let's like keep that aware. But yeah, after 20, it's better to have a little bit of a gap. But I would say 10 to 12 to, that's when it's pushing it. It's like, what? There's too much of a gap.
A gap.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you as far as like the teens go for sure. Like you gotta like leave that be. Let them do that. Yeah. And then as far as the gap goes, my dad is 10 years older than my mother. Obviously, yeah, but I mean they've been divorced. Like they divorced before I was even like. I think I was 1 or something. It doesn't matter. Either way it goes, I start breaking down. No, but
Sorry.
It wasn't my
I don't know
fault.
why that killed me. But it was my fault.
It wasn't my fault.
But I don't know. I don't know what the secret recipe is to like love. So I don't know if if you're 40 and she's 30. Why is it so hard for you guys to fall in love? Why is it so bad?
At
you know
that
what I'm
age,
saying?
I think it's
when you're grown, if it's
yeah.
like what you were saying, if he's like 40 and she's like 20 or 19,
that's kind of
maybe are you really in love or do you just want the pussy? Like, you know what I'm saying? But at a certain age, once you hit a certain age, it's like I don't think that the age gap is such a bad thing as long as again she's not a teen or something. As long as you guys love each other and you really mean the world to each other, I mean, go for it. You know what I'm saying?
I was watching something on YouTube called Jubilee, and it was talking about perspective, about a younger man. He was like 25 or something, and then an older woman, she was like 49. And she was like, no, you're my boyfriend. Da-da-da-da. You're mine.
25, 49.
Yeah. So he was like, no, we were like playing it cool. I really like her. I do have really strong feelings, and then everybody was calling him the douchebag. And then it was like, you got to really see of the perspective. What if that was a man of 49 talking to a female that's 25? You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be so, everybody would think that he's being mad aggressive, So we really got to see about those age gaps and definitely perspective of what we really see in the gender field, whatever.
For sure.
Yeah. That's really dope. That Jubilee thing is so perspective. Like they talk about everything and everyone. They put it all apart.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Did you guys hear about this super sad story coming out of Chicago with the 9-year-old boy?
No.
So, I think it happened today, if I'm not mistaken. There was a 9-year-old boy called Tyshawn Lee, and there's two suspects that are facing trial. And excuse me, this was posted today, but it's a 2015 murder. And it was an execution shooting for a gang related revenge. So they lured this 9-year-old with juice boxes into an alley, and he was the son of an opposing gang member, a rival. And they told him like, hey, we got juice boxes or whatever. They brought him to an alley, and then they shot him point blank multiple times. In Chicago, which I mean, we all know is a city that has a violence issue, and a gun issue and all that sort of thing, and gun violence pretty much. And yeah, I mean they're talking about how they'll probably get, so they'll get like over 40 something years in prison. So by the time, I mean they'll probably die in prison, but honestly, it's not enough.
That's crazy, man. People wild, bro.
Like
people are wild.
And I think that's honestly such a cowardly move.
Yeah.
Like, if I have a problem with you, I have a problem with you. Like, there's no reason to involve anybody else, especially when you take it to children. Like, that's just taking it to a whole nother level. And honestly, I mean, fucking, like, gang violence, like, look, I'm sorry, that's stupid shit. Like, to kill someone over some stupid shit like that, like...
That's too much, dog. That's way too much. I mean, and it's like, they probably don't even think what they did was bad. They're like, yo, nah, we was just, trying to get even type shit. Like,
exactly. Like, they even, like, one of them actually turned down a plea bargain. He was going to get 25 years, and he turned it down to, quote unquote, I mean, to not be a snitch, and I get it. So he pretty much got like 70. So it's pretty much life. Like, he'll never get out. Yeah. But still, man, like, there's no respect in that. Just because you stuck to the code and you're not snitching or whatever, you're still a piece of shit for what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But condolences to his family, and that's a moment for Tyshawn Lee. What do you guys think is something that needs to happen in Chicago for all this gun violence? I mean, they have. I don't want to misquote the stats, but there's multiple shootings per day. I mean, it's getting out of hand. I mean, it is out of hand. Excuse me.
Man, I don't know. That's a tricky. It goes down to like the whole gun control thing. Like it's a tricky subject just because I don't know what the solution is. I'm a huge gun supporter. Yeah, I'm all for it.
I know. Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, I've noticed. I bought a shotgun when I was 18 legally. Bass Pro Shop actually. And then so it's tricky, man. I feel like maybe making it a little. I don't know, man. I don't know what the solution is, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, no, go ahead.
No, it's just really hard to talk about place that is like I'm not a part of there, so I'm like I don't know exactly how.
Well, what's your stance on it, on gun control?
Just gun control in itself. I think there's a bigger issue with just why with just the laws in itself. Yeah. I think that everybody should. That's a bigger thing. Like the whole stand your ground, especially here in Florida. Like we have a bigger issue with just stand your ground here in Florida. Like you can't just because, what was it? A few years ago, there was a guy that he got into Zimmerman. Yeah, but there was also another issue where a guy got into an altercation. He just got mad, and the guy shot the man in front of his family, in front of the car.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like,
I remember.
How far does, aside from gangs, we got actual people that just really can have access to guns, period, and then don't got the mental stance to be like, you know, if you have anger issues, your man's, you know what I'm saying? Your man's, it's not gonna solve the issue. Killing somebody, like, it's period. Like, and then it just, yeah, again, the laws that we currently have, especially here in Florida, does not sustain to. Right.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. Words from Craig.
Words from Craig.
How easy was it for you to get a gun?
Man,
and that's a question from Craig.
Well,
by the way,
tell
do
you
we
the
have
story.
anything on the Well, I'll have to check later. It's fine. I wanted to check if there was questions on the Insta Live. By the way, that's another little reminder. If you see us on Instagram Live, or hell, if you see a little post that we're about to go on live, send a little DM, have a little question. We'll answer that shit on the show. Back to it.
But yeah, just to make it quick, I'll tell you how it happened. I walked into Bass Pro Shop. I said I wanted that one.
He walked.
Let me hold it.
He pointed.
You
it.
didn't even have a license.
I did. Oh, a concealed weapons license?
No, exactly. So, but
you don't need a license at all, actually, to buy a gun.
that's the issue.
Wait, what?
We got a big
But what
issue.
about the conceal?
All right, so here's the thing. You can own a gun without that. You don't need that. You
So I can
buy a
just
gun.
walk in, point, look at it, choose, and that's it.
Yeah, now here's the thing. You're not going to leave the store with the gun. There's a waiting period. So my shotgun, when I bought it, yeah, it was like a 3-day waiting period. When I bought
3 whole days
Yeah,
You
so
gotta
I
go through
bought
to
it.
shoot a
mental-
gun and kill someone 3 whole days.
mental
Yeah.
evaluation,
That's exactly
anything
what.
like
Did
that?
I have to go through a mental evaluation? Not one given to me by them, but me personally. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna own a
No,
shotgun. But
Did he have a little pep talk? Like, nah, even if I lose my shit, I can't
not
I
gonna
can't
do
go
it.
around.
I can't
I
do it.
can't
I
kill
can't.
people.
You know, man,
That's
I-
one of the things though, because I be raging in FIFA sometimes, boy.
I feel you.
Yeah, this is my like 5th
About to bust
PS4
a
controller right now, boy, and that drywall ain't helping right now.
I had issues with just my fucking Game Boy Advance. So I was like, you fucking bitch.
Yeah, I mean, look, I honestly think, you know, if you're gonna go buy a gun, educate yourself on it. You know, understand the power that comes with it, and you know the damage and that obviously can arise from owning a gun. And
Right.
you know, you get time for just even showing it. Like if,
Right.
if I'm out in public and I just show it, or
word?
yeah, you get time for that. You go to jail.
Even if
for
you have
that.
a license.
Even if you have all right, the license is so that you can carry it on you concealed.
But
so
he can't have it out.
Yeah, we
So
don't
you
have
have to. You can't have your shirt tucked.
No, well, unless it's tucked under. No, but no, I can't. I can't
Like, you
have
can't
it
show it.
No, in Texas, they have open carry where you
Yeah,
can
they
walk
show that
around
shit
with-
around like it's a belt buckle. Like,
Yeah, like-
howdy, yeah, bro.
just chilling. But no, in Florida, there's no open carry, so you have to conceal it,
Yeah.
and that's what the license is for. The license is so that I can legally carry it around on me. Like if I didn't have the license and I carried it around on me and I got caught, there's a problem. But because I have a license, okay. Now, if I don't have a license, for instance, let's say you wanted to buy a gun, you could buy a handgun, you could buy a semi-automatic or the shotgun, and you could carry it in your car. That's completely legal. You could have a gun in your car without a license, and you're in the clear.
And it's super illegal for the cereal to be scratched off, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
extremely like.
He's like, yeah, that's a big no-no.
Yeah, that's a huge no-no.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
I would
Just
assume
'cause-
so.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Yeah.
those? What do you guys think of? Supposedly they're making guns that have fingerprint scanners, so you can only shoot it if
Fingerprint
it's
scanners?
So if it's only it'll scan your fingerprint, and it'll only shoot if it's your finger.
I mean, what if I get shot and then Craig has to save the day and he can't shoot my gun?
Can't shoot your gun.
That's so. Oh.
You feel what I'm saying?
But at
Like,
the same time, what if it's Craig's trying to kill you?
you know,
Words from
so-
Craig.
There was even a
Craig,
movie that was
wait a
showing
minute,
that.
Wait a minute.
Plot twist.
The episode from The Office when they're like that.
Yeah. I ain't going down for this.
I ain't going down for
That's
this.
funny. That's interesting. I mean, it has its pros and its cons. You know?
And what do you think about also? That's a hugely controversial topic. 3D printed guns, because now if you have a 3D printer, I mean, shit, you can print a gun.
I don't know what is the first of all why okay, so like, you know, I don't know, is there another place that doesn't use guns?
What
Can
do
we
you mean?
be without guns? Can we be okay without
yeah, in
guns?
Europe, like in
Oh, is
England, right? They don't allow guns there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure most countries don't.
Yeah,
Okay.
look. I don't absolutely. Yeah, the shooting. So
Would
it's
you
like,
prefer to get stabbed or shot?
Oh gosh.
oh my god, neither.
I mean, but if you have to.
You know, let me tell you a story. When I was walking down going to school, I got shot by what is it, a paintball gun?
Oh, a paintball gun.
It was because it was blank. So I saw the shot here.
Oh my God.
But I'm like, what the fuck? I was crying. I'm like, I don't even understand. But
you
it's like,
think I shot for real?
yo, yeah, I did.
I
I was that's it. I'm done.
Calling it a day.
Calling it. But no, it was just a reflection of just like, damn. Obviously, it wasn't a real gun. Just how madness can somebody be to be like, you know what? I'm gonna ride down and just shoot people.
He probably thought it was
from 8
funny.
Mile. Like,
he's like, oh, let's have fun and shoot people with paintball.
That's a scene from 8 Mile.
That is a scene from 8 Mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I granted, but I'm not saying that that's probably a level up. I'm just saying the probability of just anybody just wanting to be like, you know what? It will be fun to just go ahead and do this.
You're right.
I'm like,
right.
Come on, guys.
Well, I saw that it could have been in Chicago. There was a new, like, I don't know if it was a non-for-profit. Again, I don't want to misquote. But this, like, new organization that was trying to do, like, paintball wars in like really poor areas where normally they would have a lot of gun violence, so they would bring paintball guns and give them to kids, so they're running wild and shooting each other with the paintball guns, but it's better than shooting each other with real guns, you know.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And it's kind, I mean, and it's Craig's laughing. It's what do you think?
Craig.
What do you
Laughs
think?
from Craig.
Laughs from Craig.
Why we gotta be shooting? Hey, you ever saw Friday? You remember when Pops would be like, "You live to fight another day." Like, come on, let's put that on a shirt or something. Like, what the fuck?
I do agree. I think we live in a society where, and I fucking love boxing, man. I box like every day. I think that we need to be in a fucking society where, like, if you have a problem, instead of resorting to a final duel, which is the gun, bro, handle that shit like men. Someone either gets knocked out or they don't. You go a couple rounds, and guaranteed you're gonna be so tired by the end of it, you're not gonna give enough of a fuck to still have that much hate for this person. Like, that, I feel is.
Stupid.
Craig says there's too much lean, so they'd be leaning literally.
I mean, even as a gun, like somebody who loves guns, and I say it all the time, like, yo, if I'm gonna use this, it's because I absolutely have to.
I was gonna ask you, have you ever had to pull it out?
No,
that's what she said.
That's
you had to.
No, I haven't, thank God. And it's like, again, that's my last resort. If there's an altercation where I'm having some type of issue with somebody and we're fighting, I'm fighting. I'm not gonna take my gun out because I have to fight you, no. But if you're coming at me with a knife or you have a gun on you, then okay, that's where I need to take Loretta. Her name is Loretta, by the way. Loretta out. Like, I'm not gonna just point it because we have beef and it's I don't feel like fighting. No, I'm fighting you before I take that gun out. You know, that's only for emergencies. You feel me? Somebody I love or somebody around me, you know, is about to get whatever, and there's a gun involved, there's a knife involved, there's a weapon involved. Then that's where I would, you know, bring that out. So yeah, absolutely, I'm all with it, bro. You got to fight to the fucking fight first. Before
I think we should learn from Dwight here. He says, "Do you have tickets to the gun show?" And he got his hands right here. Listen, this is the true gun.
Put that in my tombstone right there. What's it called? I was gonna ask you, have you what's the situation like when you go to the range? Like, do you have to, if you take yours, like, you don't even have to show them anything?
Nah, you just, when you go to the range, you know, you keep it concealed. They ask you, hey, do you need a gun or do you have yours? You say you have yours. You know, and at that moment, you don't take it out. They're like, all right, cool. You just have it on you. And then once you get inside, you can take it out and start shooting.
And as far as airports, that's a complete no-no? Or do you put it in the bag? Like, what's...
All right. I've never actually brought a gun with me because you can do it. You can travel with guns, but
for real?
Like not on you, though. It's like you have to go to a designated section. You have to take your gun apart. It has to be apart. It's like,
and no bullets, I assume.
Yeah, like the magazine has to be out of the thing, nothing in the chamber. Then they like, it's a whole process.
And they check your license.
Yeah, they check everything. It's a whole process to travel with guns. So it's just somebody told me it's just easier to not. Like, I've never done it. Okay, so I don't know like everything, but he was like, yo, the gun instructor that I had when I was getting the license, he's like, bro, it's just easier not to travel with your gun. If you're gonna travel with your gun, drive. Because
for real,
yeah, it's really difficult.
Yeah, because I would think if you really wanted to, you could have that shit in the if you could check it in the bag. But then when you go over there and you get your bag in the other airport, you can still have a shooting at the other airport.
I don't know if they let you have it in your bag though. I think it's like, again, you have to go to a whole separate like section. I don't know. I haven't really read up on it, but I don't know if you could carry it in your luggage like that.
I went to the gun range twice, and both times I had like a paranoia attack.
For real?
Because it was just like, all right, I'm shooting it,
And there's a lot
but
of
what
people
stops
around
somebody to do this?
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm just like,
That's what
fuck
I'm
out of
thinking.
here.
Like, how do I know these people? I mean,
Yo, somebody could
Well,
be like, you know
here's
what?
the thing.
I'm going to have fun.
and that has happened.
You have to think about it.
That
though.
has?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the fuck?
it happens.
Get
I
the
mean,
fuck
it's happened.
outta
All right,
here.
it's
Thank
happened,
God I'm
but
not.
it's not a common thing because why would you, if you want to shoot something, and again, I mean, I don't condone it, but let's say if you want to shoot somebody, why would you go to a place where other people are armed and you have a chance of getting shot back?
That's
you know
an
what I'm
easy,
saying?
like, it was I bought my ticket on fucking Groupon. Let me tell you something. I bought my gun fucking ticket on Groupon. That's how easy it was for me to just walk in a fucking thing and get a gun.
Did they check your ID or something?
They got my ID, and that was it.
Yeah, but it's like if you're
I was
gonna
not.
shoot,
I don't think I was even above the age of 18. I mean, 21.
Does that have to be a
you have to
U.S.
be
license?
No.
Just
No,
any
I did not have a
identification.
license. I had my driver's license.
it's really
That
I mean,
was it. So both times I was just like, you know what? Not for me. I'm not. I
feel
don't feel comfortable with the fact that this was so accessible to me because other people are not. Like, bitch, I just said I literally have nerves all the time. Like, it doesn't stop. So what happens if somebody just has other different mental whatever? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't stop nobody because I bought my ticket on Groupon.
Was the sole reason? Yeah, that's pretty wild that you got it on Groupon. The sole reason that you got it for protection, or did you ever like do hunting or anything like that?
I've never hunted.
Good.
I don't know.
Thank
I don't
you.
know. I don't know if I could go out.
No.
I mean, again, I do. I
Hunt
eat
some
meat
cans.
and stuff, but I don't feel like I could actually go. Not to say that there's anything wrong with people who do that. If you
It
do
is.
it.
You killing animals. What the fuck? That's wrong.
You feel me? But I don't think I have the heart to look a deer in the eye and just shoot
Yeah,
it.
man.
You know what I'm saying? But I did it for two reasons. A, obviously self-defense, just in case, God forbid, everything ever happens. I'm a very protective man, like just in general, you feel me, of the people around me, of my friends and my family and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I do whatever I can to make sure everybody is as safe as they possibly can be. And, so I take that very to heart. Like it's a serious thing for me.
Yeah.
Like people, when I'm out or just me or just who I love, like them being safe is a big thing for me.
Yeah, you have a very protector of the household
Yeah,
vibe.
absolutely. And then, so that's that. And then, the secondary reason is it's just, I like it. Like, it's just cool. Like, you ever been into cars?
Yeah.
There's people who are into cars who are
like
into
gadgets
shoes,
and shit.
gadgets.
Yeah.
Some people love comics. They collect. I love guns. It's just so fascinating to me. I know it sounds psychotic. Like, I'm not saying I love shooting guns and pointing it. No, I never point a gun at a person ever, even when it's empty. But it's like, I just love guns. They're fascinating. How much power it holds. You feel what I'm saying?
I understand. I love MMA, and that's
why-
people punching and kicking each other. I understand where I understand where the fuck you're coming from.
Yeah, bro.
And that's
You were
why
gonna say.
people need to just get that type of I'm glad that you have the mental sense to be like, you know what, I know where and not to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that same type of mental evaluation does not come across for everybody. You know what I'm
absolutely right.
saying?
You're
So
absolutely right.
that extra step is what we need for a whole sense for people to have access to this powerful weapon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Protection or weapon, however it's used, there need to be some type of evaluation. Same thing with the police, because it's like, from my understanding, it's not enough training for this powerful thing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's too much. It's too much power in someone's hands.
I do think there definitely should be some sort of more of a mental check.
Yeah.
Because I think it's given a little bit too easily.
And these laws, like we were talking about in the beginning, the standing your law thing with Florida, it's like you guys really got to really evaluate how far does that shit go, because we've obviously have lost a lot of lives from just some it doesn't make sense. You can't just completely disregard people as a person, as a human. I can be walking down the street. There's no problem. You know what I'm saying? I can have an argument with you. You shouldn't have to shoot me because you disagree with me.
Exactly.
You know?
Guys, when you listen to this, it will have been Christmas already.
Yeah.
So Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Right.
Happy holidays. You know, if you celebrate whatever it is you celebrate, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, you know, do your thing. What's in our time? It still hasn't been Christmas. So what's something that you guys kind of hope to, I guess, to learn before the new year? I know you were talking about how you were working on some of the like patience and anger and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But you know, I think a lot of I know it happened for me with the stress of like gifts and that sort of thing. Like, what's something that you hope to kind of like pause for a second and maybe acknowledge, maybe, you know, savor the moment for a second before it comes around? Because it was just last week that my brother's like, hey, by the way, Christmas Tuesday. I was like, oh, okay, shit. Like, fuck, I hadn't even done anything, and it sneaks up on you, especially when you devote yourself to something or something new, like, you know, Midnight in Miami or a new podcast or whatever. It can easily sneak up on you. So what's something that you guys maybe want to take away from this Christmas, this holiday season, and the new year?
Dude, well, you know, like last time we discussed, I wanted to definitely grow as far as like my patience and you know, my anger and whatnot. But I think I want to be able to appreciate life a little more. I don't feel like I do. I feel like I'm always just moving and running and trying to figure out the next thing and how to, you know.
You feel like you're not present?
I'm not present. I'm a moving vessel, and I'm trying to do everything I possibly can to make the business thrive and to make myself thrive and everybody around me. You feel me? I want the best for everybody, and it's always just about work. It's never about appreciating what you've done. You feel what I'm saying?
Like on Click when he's on autopilot.
Yeah,
exactly like that, right?
Exactly like that. So I feel like
that movie.
that movie.
At the end when
I
was crying like a bitch.
when he's in the rain.
Oh my! And he's like.
But yeah, I think that's definitely something I want to learn how to do is appreciate the moment, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't have that mastered.
Ali?
Me, yeah, definitely appreciation of the moment. I've been trying, and I don't want to, it sounds weird, but it's like I've been trying to be like, your presence is a present. Because like, yeah, because it does get stressful during Christmas time. And, you know, it's not, it shouldn't be so stressful to have to spend time with your family or to have to spend time with the people that you care about. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to be pressured to have to go out of your way to get a gift if you don't have money or stuff like that. But sometimes that does happen because you feel like, well, I haven't seen you. I need to give you something. So it's like, I'm here. We're here together. You know what I'm saying? That should be the biggest gift because nobody can put this in a box. Nobody can bring this up again. Your memories is all that you really have. You know what I'm saying? I can't really give that into a card with money.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
You know? So, yeah.
That's a fact, and that's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, you had something?
Yeah, before we end, because I wanted to get her name. So we were talking about smoke signals, and we had Phil something, but we also, his partner that also does Smoke Signals Miami is see what I mean? I mix up words.
No, it's rude. All right, we are done, guys. Have a great night.
AJAMONET. I'm really terrible at saying names, but yeah. So that is her Instagram. Please look her
Tom,
up.
if you can put a little
Yes.
image, you know?
Thank you. And then Phil something, Smoke Signals Miami. They have Dream Defenders, which gives you a lot of information. We were talking about politics. They give you a lot of information of all of the stuff, especially in Miami, that you can vote on, and in Florida, and basically the whole 2020. They're right now doing a lot of stuff on that. Phil something. So super dope to just get informed. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
That is what is up. Ill, you had anything for our beautiful, beautiful listeners?
Yo, you guys just, keep doing y'all, man. Live life, enjoy it, work hard, take care of one another. And thank you guys so much for being part of our journey here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, before we close out, in case you are seeing this post New Year, I'm not sure when the dates they mix up
When we
after
put
a
it
while.
out.
Yeah. Please just, man, there's a lot of talk about resolutions, and I think resolutions are beautiful, but they're beautiful if you make them happen. So if you have a list of like a million things, that's great, but it all starts with one thing. It all starts with one step, as cliche as that may sound. It's the damn fact. So there's a couple things that I'm working on myself this year. You'll probably see me on stage in a theater production, so you'll be hearing about that soon. The podcast is full force coming, and one thing that we didn't get to touch up on, if you could kind of like tell me real quick, how do you get past like when working for your album? Because I'm working on my album as well. How do you get past what? How do you get past that need for perfection and finally being like, all right, the project is done? Because that's something that I have a hard time with.
Man, that's a hard one.
How long have you been working on your album? Start with that. Like,
my album has been in the making for like 2 years almost.
Okay, well, yeah. That's what's up. Yeah.
It's really hard, bro. It all comes down to understanding that, you gave it everything, and if you allow yourself to, bro, you'll be there forever. Forever just nitpicking and trying to figure it out. So just give it everything you can, bro, and just, love your product, bro. At the end of the day, if you don't love it, you're going to keep thinking there's something wrong with it. Just love your product, man.
How many tracks did you go through?
A lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of singles that I've been dropping recently, like in the past months, that were possible. It was a candidate to be on the album. But,
Okay.
But at least like maybe a good 14, 15 songs. We
shit.
Trimmed it to 8. So,
okay,
yeah.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
And when is our event again?
January 17. Y'all make sure to
January
slide through Wynwood, Miami,
Yes.
8 p.m. to 2 a.m. It's going to be a vibe. We're going to have great positive energy.
Where can they get tickets?
Online, Eventbrite. Just look up Vice album release. Vice album release, and you'll find a pre-sale for $7.50.
And they definitely see online, right? They see on the screen an image about that right now. So just go on that. We'll have a link in the bio if you're on YouTube, because they give us like 5,000 characters. You can put so much shit on there. It's beautiful. But yeah, thank you for helping me out with that.
Sure, of course, dude.
But ladies and gentlemen, let 2020 be a year that you get something done, get shit done, and be productive about your dreams. Because you can be productive about your job all day, every day, and you'll get a bonus. You'll get a raise. You'll get this and that. But if you're not doing something for you at the end of the day, if you're not, maybe devoting at least 2 hours to go into a studio and record something, if you're not devoting at least, an hour to sit down and write, if you're not devoting, at least something that makes you a little bit happier, then 2020 is going to suck, man. And you don't want that. So go out, take the first step. If you want to take a class, if you want to take a tango lesson, hit up Long Dick Ricky. He's always there. If you want to, oh, he's a beautiful man. If you need studio time, you hit up Craig.
Come on, somebody.
Mr. Bandison.
Come on, Mr. Bandison. And there's always something out there for you. Just get out of that comfort zone, get out of that shell, take that class that you've been meaning to take, and just go out and do it. Ladies and gentlemen, check out Tom J Moore. That's THOMMJMOORE for all of your video editing needs. Whether that be video company presentations, short films, podcasts, compilations, anything. He does everything under the sun. Check him out. And Tom, go ahead and put another little screenshot on there.
And also the artist that sings Midnight in Miami.
Yes, our very own Drew Bex. That's
somebody.
DRUBEX. Check him out on Instagram. You'll be seeing him as well on the screen. He's super talented and was gracious enough to let us use his banger as our theme song. So we appreciate you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, we will see you next week. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Come on. This has been Midnight in Miami. Thank you.
Salut.
I'm with the gang, plus I got more people on the way.